Hi, guys, and welcome back to King's Quest 6, Air Today, Gone Tomorrow. Last time we kind of explored the island some more and did the horrible cliff puzzles to get up to the top of the island of the Sacred Mountain. So now we're going to go back there and meet the rulers, and they're going to throw us in the catacombs. Hello.
Look, an intruder! Hold! How did you get up here, human?
I climbed the cliffs.
That is not possible. No one has solved the cliffs of logic in several centuries. And if the cliffs were to be solved, it would certainly not be by a human.
I didn't mean to trespass. I only wanted to visit this beautiful island.
No visitors have been welcome on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain in years. Not since the Red and White Queens had spies in the guise of friendly visitors steal our island's sacred golden fleece. But we will not display such foolish trust again. You will have to answer to Lord Azure and Lady Ariel. They will determine what will be done with you. I can assure you, it will not be pleasant.
No hospitality.
With what trickery did you master the cliffs of logic and reach the city of the Winged Ones?
Only the magic of clear thought, my lord. I meant no harm.
The cliffs of logic. It is the sacred oracle's prophecy, Azure.
Yes, Ariel. It is lucky for you, human, that climbing the cliffs of logic is part of a prophecy that I cannot ignore. We have just been ordered by Wazir Al-Hazred himself to dispose of any strangers that might land on our fair isle. But the prophecy would have a different fate befall you.
The prophecy predicts that whosoever climbs the cliffs of logic will defeat the Minotaur. The Minotaur has violated our sacred catacombs and eats our young in sacrifice. Our own daughter, Lady Celeste, was taken there only this morning as his most recently demanded offering.
A dilemma, then. Whom shall I obey in regards to your fate? The oracle or the crown? But since Al-Hazred did not dictate how I was to dispose of intruders, and since you cannot possibly survive the catacombs, your imprisonment there should serve both purposes quite admirably.
I will not resist you in this, my lord. I shall do my best to save your daughter.
First, I must tell you that the catacombs are a labyrinth of rooms, a place of exceeding danger. You will need many tools and clear wits to survive it.
I am ready.
Very well. My guards will take you there now. You seem courageous enough, but the catacombs will determine how brave you really are.
Why did you tell Lord Azure you were ready and willing to face the catacombs? No one is ever ready, and only a fool could be willing.
And you are far wiser, I suppose, to leave a maiden to die? To not fight this plague on your own people?
Bravery and suicide are two different things, human. You will have a chance to renounce your choice soon enough, when you lay trembling under the Minotaur's hooves.
We shall see. Thanks for the escort.
We only escort you to your death. May the fates make it quick so that you do not have to scream long.
Charming, aren't they?
The catacomb's entrance door is locked from the outside by the Winged One's guards. It seems that leaving the catacombs by that door is not an option.
Okay, so we're going to want to save first, lest we get horribly, horribly lost or killed in here.
Niches in the wall form stone burial beds. Ancient bones lie crumbling on the unyielding rock.
We're gonna go the most straightforward way I know to go. So we're gonna go up again, obviously. Right? Then up.
Alexander hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere in the maze of rooms.
Minotaur. Okay, good. So we need to take this skull.
Alexander picks up the skull.
So now we're going down one. Oh, that sounds fun.
Alexander hears a low growling, so faint as to seem born of his fired imagination rather than of any living creature.
Left. Left again. Up. And then left. Definitely save your game, because you're going to need your manual for this. May take more than one try, but hopefully not, because some of these symbols are a little janky. Okay, so there's a poem in here that is the secret to getting through it. It's 3 roses laid upon the bower, so we need to step on 3 roses in a row. This one, and this one. Then it says, a scythe for he who cuts the flower. So we have 2 choices. Well, with the rest of the poem, this won't help us, so we need to go to this one. Okay, and then it is a crown, a dove, most noble raced. So this is a crown. That looks like a dove, I think. Okay. Thy bones make sacred this dread place. So this little skull and crossbones here. And we're free! Yay! Whew, that was a pain in the butt. I'm gonna save again just to make sure I don't have to repeat that. Okay, so left.
Somewhere, far off into the catacombs, the sounds of hooves faintly echo.
Oh.
Ah, you were a human only and not the monster himself. I heard you coming and thought you were the beast. Did my father send you here to save me?
Why, yes, he did, but how did you...
Hush, there is no time. I think I have discovered the Minotaur's secret exit from the catacombs. Follow me and we'll both be saved.
Yeah, right. The gold eyes give you away, Genie. Actually, I went one too far. I was actually supposed to go up here. It's easy to get kind of twisted around. There it is. We need to grab this shield here.
Alexander takes the shield from the wall.
Okay, so now we're going to go up again. Up.
Alexander hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere in the maze of rooms.
Yep, we know. Up again. Left. And left. See, it has some little coins on its
Niches in
eyes.
the wall. Alexander notices that this skeleton has old coins over its eyes.
Or the ferryman. Just why we'll need them eventually.
Alexander finds 2 coins on the skeleton's eyes. He takes the old coins. This room is
Go right. Right. And we're going to save again because we're coming into a timed trap and it's very possible to die. So we're going to need brick.
Alexander hears a low growling, so faint as to seem born of his fired imagination rather than of any living creature.
Uh-huh.
It's a trap. The doors have sealed Alexander inside. And the
Okay.
ceiling is coming down.
Yep, let me.
In a desperate move, Alexander throws a brick into the grinding gears. The brick is caught between 2 cogs. The gears shriek and shudder. The mechanism grinds to a halt. The ceiling is stuck. The trap is sprung.
I'd like to leave now. Right again. Go up. And to the right.
Sounds! A trap floor!
Alexander seems to have fallen to a lower level of the catacombs. Wherever he is, the place sure is dark. Alexander can't even see his hand in front of his face.
So we need the tinderbox.
Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint in the box to light it.
Aha! So that's why it's dark in here. A torch is out.
Alexander lights the extinguished torch and puts his tinderbox away. This room is light enough already.
All right. Left. 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 And one more time. Down. And then right.
Alexander hears the sound of a wild beast again. This time, so loud that the creature itself seems to be in the same room with him. The noises are coming from the other side of the east wall. Alexander puts the hole in the wall on the east wall. The hole in the wall trembles slightly with dread at the clammy feeling of the stones. Alexander peers through the hole in the wall and sees just another room in the catacombs. Aha! Not just another room at all. So that's why Alexander couldn't find the Minotaur's lair. At least Alexander now knows the lair exists, somewhere in the maze on the other side of this wall. While Alexander contemplates what he's just seen, the hole in the wall, frightened by the Minotaur, makes a run for it. Alexander hopes the little creature finds its way home to the Isle of Wonder.
Yeah, poor little thing. Okay, so now we're going to try to get to the room the Minotaur just used for the secret entrance. Left. Left. And left. Down. Down. Right. Down. Right. Right. Up. Right. Up. We should be there. Yep, there it is. So we're gonna save, obviously.
This tapestry looks familiar. Now let's see. I don't feel anything. Aha! A hidden latch.
Alexander triggers the little latch. A secret door rolls open.
So we want to get the red cloth ready to go because Minotaur, Bull, seeing red.
No! I beg of you! Please don't hurt me!
Your struggles are useless.
It's the Minotaur, and he's struggling with a Winged One's girl. She must be Lady Celeste. Alexander steps forward, determined to use anything at hand to save the girl. But before he can do anything...
You there! Human! Help me! Help!
Why do you think I'm here?
Who dares enter my lair?
I ask you to release your captive or suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
Rawr. Never. You die, human.
As the Minotaur advances in attack, Alexander slowly backs away. Until he can back away no more.
Now where to, little man? Rawr.
Alexander, his back inches from the fiery pit, tempts the Minotaur with the Red Queen's scarf.
Look here, you bully. Nice, bright red.
Red. Now you die.
The Minotaur drops from sight amidst the consuming flames. Slowly, his scream fades as well.
Have you been harmed, Lady Celeste? Are you all right?
No, I am not all right. I assume you do not intend to leave me tied up on this vile monstrosity.
Of course not. Sorry, let's see. If you'll give me a moment, I'll have these untied in no time.
I can't wait that long. Look, I wear a small dagger just inside my belt. It should be enough to cut the rope.
He's pleasant.
Oh, all right. I've got it, Lady Celeste. Here we go.
Thank you. You may keep the dagger as a gift for saving my life.
That's very generous.
Forget it. Do you mind if we just get out of here now?
Sounds like a plan.
The Winged One's guards, bored with the pointless waiting, are startled by the sound of rock moving against rock.
Lady Celeste, bide thee well.
I'm quite well, thanks to the bravery of a mere human. So much for your superior intellects.
Yes, milady.
Now bring him along. I'm going home.
The raven was the genie watching us. Please don't drop me.
I see you have proven yourself the hero of the prophecy. Well, I am expected to thank you for saving my daughter's life, so I thank you. I am obliged to thank you for the restoration of our sacred catacombs. It means much to our people. We have already begun the process of clearing the deadly traps from its rooms. It is also my duty to grant you a visit with the Oracle, so this I do. I will grant you the freedom to leave here unharmed, despite my orders to the contrary from the Crown. But there, my obligations to you end. I have no love for Alhazred, but he is my liege, and if Princess Cassima trusts him and wishes to wed him, my guards will take you to the Oracle now. When your time with her is through, I want you to leave the City of the Winged Ones and never return. I don't know who you are or what you want here, but I will not disobey my crown further.
I thank you, Lord Azure. I will respect your wishes.
Hail to thee, great oracle. Lord Azure sends you this wingless mail. It appears that he solved the cliffs of logic and...
defeated the Minotaur in his lair. So I have seen. So this is the one that haunts my pool of late. Welcome, young seeker. What knowledge do you desire?
Princess Cassima, whatever you can tell me, great oracle.
Ah, of course, the princess. That explains my images. Let us see what we can see. I see a maiden, lovely and pure, but surrounded by evil. She's a rose set amidst bitter thorns. It is her fate to be the pawn of dark powers, and yours to try to redeem her.
How? How do I redeem her?
Fate is not like the cut of a blade, young one, but rather like the myriad of paths formed when a hammer cracks ice. I will tell you what I can, but what will actually come to pass is up to you. I see that any attempt to reach the girl will force you into battle, a struggle against a dark force. If you lose, your life will be forfeit.
Who must I fight?
A great darkness surrounds your adversary, preventing me from seeing clearly. I can only make out the shape of a black cloak. But before this final struggle, I see an infiltration, a dangerous game of hide-and-seek in corridors filled with enemies. The risks are high, but it is the only way to reach the one you seek. There is more than one way into this place. Your choice will dictate much.
What else do you see, mighty Oracle?
Oh, such pain. I see two restless spirits crying out for revenge. These shades could help you destroy the dark force if they were to be brought back from their spiritual form. Yet this is only one possible path to your destiny. I'm afraid this is getting beyond me. I know very little about the afterlife. I can only advise getting counsel from the druids. Be warned. The druids are reclusive and dangerous. They might aid you, or they might destroy you. Like their island, the druid's nature is hidden in the mists. There is nothing more I can do for you, except to give you this. It is water from the sacred pool. That and my blessing go with you.
Thank you, great Oracle.
Oh, good. I didn't want to have to climb back down. Okay, so here's our map.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
And we have a new island, the Isle of the Mist. So that's where we're going to head.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation. From the northeast come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting.
Yeah, we don't really want to go that way because we'll get pulled into their ceremony and killed. We want to go to the west.
From the east come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting.
I'm going to grab a piece of coal.
Alexander reaches into the fire pit and takes a lump of coal.
Then we're going to grab this scythe over here.
Alexander takes the scythe.
So we're going to get out of here now.
From the northeast come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting.
So we're going to head for the Isle of the Beast. We come back here, at any point we will automatically be thrown into the druid ceremony. So we don't want to deal with that right now.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
So we have the shield that we can use to protect us from these guys.
That would serve no purpose. Alexander decides to pass through the gate, preparing the shield just in case. The magic arrow completely shatters the shield. Good thing the arrow didn't hit Alexander. Alexander walks forward to step onto the gazebo. But the rose hedges on either side of the path, sensing an intruder's presence, reach out their vines and blend together. The path is blocked.
So we're going to use the scythe we just got to open the way.
Alexander wields the scythe, determined to get past the magical rose hedges. The leaves fly as Alexander tries to cut the branches faster than they can grow back together. He sees light. He's through.
Who dares enter Beast's garden?
My name is Alexander. I didn't mean to disturb your private garden.
No. And yet, monsieur, you could hardly have accidentally broken through the 3 enchanted traps of the Isle of the Beast.
I suppose it is simply my nature to break through enchanted traps.
You must be a prince, then. I know the nature of princes all too well. This face you see before you is hideous, is it not?
Well, for the face of a beast, it is really quite noble.
Ha! I'm glad you like it, for you will soon own one just like it. I too was once a pretty prince, caring for nothing but adventuring and rescuing fair maidens. But I rankled one too many evil hags. One dark night, I was turned into this obscenity you see before you, warped in shape and trapped on this enchanted island over 100 years ago.
Surely there is a way off this island.
Oh, surely. You broke in, did you not? And yet think, where would I go clad so eloquently as I am with this silk and this pelt? You see, my prison is also my sanctuary. You are the first to break through the barriers in lo these many years. That is, except for the druids who stole my heirloom coat of arms.
If there's any way I can help.
Help? You? I'm afraid you don't understand. The enchanted barriers were a warning and protection for you more than for me. Your prize for forcing your way past them is to join me in this dire life. By the laws of this sorcery, you are doomed to be trapped in the form of a beast. Your reward for broaching this garden is to be my slave, a slave as beastly as I am. You have only a few hours of humanity left.
But that's not possible. There must be some way to break the enchantment. Spells always have a weakness somewhere.
The enchantment you are under is tied to my own. Oh, the sorceress left me a way out. But I'm afraid it was only her final bitter joke. You see, I need only find a maiden to join me here, to share my castle, my life, willingly. Take another look at me. You can't help but admire the hag's terrible cruelty and cunning.
I shall try to find such a maid, for Casima's sake.
Truly? How determined of you. I personally would not waste my last few hours as a man on an impossible errand. However, you may do as you please. I give you this token. It's my family ring, and the only heirloom I have left. If perchance you should... if you think you have found a maid...
I shall give her this ring.
Yes, she must accept it of her own free will. By doing so, she accepts me. Not that you shall find anyone, mind you. Your time is short. Count the minutes on your fingers while your fingers you have, pretty prince. Your master will await you.
I mean, it looks like a nice castle and all, but... Okay, so we're going to want to save because this is on a timer, so... And we don't have a lot of time, so we got to get back to Beauty. Grab a rose here.
Alexander takes a magnificent white rose from the rose hedges.
Okay. Map, head
Alexander
back.
pulls out his magic map.
Back to the Isle of the Crown.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
We will talk to Beauty, obviously.
There's no reason.
Good day, maid. My name is Alexander. How do you do?
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not allowed to talk to strangers.
Okay, so we're going to give her that rose we just got.
Alexander sees no.
Pardon me, maid. I hope you don't think me forward, but I see that you like roses. I thought you might, perhaps, like a fresh white rose.
Alexander can see the conflict in the girl's pretty face as she fights between her distrust of him and her desire for the white rose. The rose wins.
Oh, I shouldn't, sir, but it is so lovely. I've never seen a rose of white. It looks so pale and delicate. Wherever did you find one of such a color?
There are many hedges of them on the Isle of the Beast, and they grow together like magic.
Oh, truly? What an adventure that must be to see them. But I should not speak so, especially to a stranger. Thank you for the rose, though, kind sir.
Do you live in this house, maid?
Well, my stepmother and her children live here. I live out back in the stables.
Your stepmother? Then you're not a... well, I thought you were,
A servant? I am, I suppose. You see, my mother died and my father remarried. He passed on shortly afterwards. My stepmother has no obligation to feed and clothe me. I only try to repay her for my upkeep as best I can.
I see. Is there anything I can do for you, maid? You look tired and hungry.
I'm just fine, sir.
Tell me, why do you not leave this place?
Where could I go? What would I do? Besides, I don't really mind the work, and I would miss my roses. I'm sorry, sir, but I don't want my stepmother to see me talking to you. She would be upset with me.
Okay, so we're going to give her the ring that the beast gave us.
Alexander has a thought about the serving girl. He decides to bring up the subject of Beast with her.
Let me tell you about the place where the white roses grow. The Isle of the Beast is an enchanted place. There's a path running through a deep forest. The path crosses 3 magic blockades, set to keep all visitors away. At the center lives a tremendous beast.
Really? Magic blockades? How exciting! What kind of a beast? Is it very terrifying and ferocious?
It is a beast that walks on 2 legs and dresses like a prince. It speaks with the voice of a man.
A beast that talks and wears clothes? How is that possible? Is the beast magic too?
Not magical. Enchanted. Beast was once a prince, but a witch trapped him in the form of a beast and set him on the island. There he lives in a castle in the midst of a maze.
How terrible! Imagine how lonely he must be.
It is a very lonely prospect, isn't it? Oh, I have met him, you see. He is indeed ferocious, but who would not be?
He really exists? Oh, how it breaks my heart. If I could, I would tend to such a beast. Such a beast might find comfort in a kind face. Do you not think it so?
Oh, I think it's so. I very much think it's so. You would not be afraid of him?
Afraid? Maybe at first. But how silly of me to speak so. The roses in this little yard are the only magic I will ever see.
I could take you there. In fact, I would owe you my life if you would go. If you truly wish to go.
You are serious? I could leave here? Oh, I have always dreamt of leaving. But to actually go... This is the only home I have ever known.
Home is a hard place to leave, even if you're unhappy there.
But I will go. If I can help him, I must go.
Is there nothing you wish to take with you?
There is nothing.
Then take this ring. It is his. He will be pleased if you would wear it.
Why, it's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Thank you kindly, sir.
Beauty! Where do you think you're going?
To a place where roses grow, and to someone who truly needs me.
I see you wear my ring. You willingly agreed to spend your life here with me? Do you know what that means?
Yes, my lord, I do. I have been touched by your story.
Pity alone need not sentence you to endure this face.
Oh, but it is a gentle face, and kind.
You look at me so sweetly and are not repulsed. Oh, by the light of your eyes, my spirit soars. The enchantment! It is broken!
I am pleased to have served you, my lord. Do you still wish me to stay?
What? Speak not such nonsense, Beauty. Do you think that I learned nothing of true love during my time here? You are my queen.
Oh, my clothes! This gown!
How well it suits your noble heart.
Aww. Look, there's the little lizard down
Alexander,
there. The genie.
How can I ever repay you? I have nothing to offer except my gratitude. But please, take these old clothes. Perhaps you'll find someone in need during your travels.
You have already repaid me by your example of courage, Beauty. And by your friendship, I hope.
You will always have our friendship and loyalty, Prince Alexander. But from a fellow adventurer, take some advice. If you find your true love, protect her with your life. Fear all beasts without the redeeming humanity of love. And to aid you, accept my mirror. Now that my life is no longer hung in false shadows, I have no need for it. Give it to someone with nothing to fear from the truth it reveals.
Thank you. I wish you both well.
Come, Beauty. Let me take you home.
Aren't they cute? Bye.
Beast's Castle has a different, more welcoming air as the bridal home of Beauty and her prince.
We're gonna grab another rose.
Alexander takes a magnificent white rose from the rose hedges.
Okay, so this is kind of the point where you have to decide if you're going to take the short path to the ending or the long path. If you're going to take the short path, you're going to end up using Beauty's clothes as a disguise to get into the palace as posing as a servant girl. For the long path, we're going to be doing a lot more with the spells and things like that. We'll be going to the land of the dead. It's a lot more interesting. So that's the way we're going to go. Another thing about Beauty's clothes is that if we hadn't got the hair from Casino's ribbon, then we could have gotten hair from Beauty's clothes. So you have more than one option there. But since we're going the long way, we need to head back to the Isle of
Alexander
Wonder.
pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
One of the ingredients we need is swamp water. We are going to use our teacup to try to get some.
What do you think you're doing?
You startled me. I was just getting some swamp ooze.
Well, you certainly won't get it there! That's not swamp ooze! That's swamp slime!
He's right, you know. But he could be a little nicer about telling you. He's not a very pleasant stick in the mud.
Nobody asked you! Be quiet!
Oh, the trials of being a mere bump on a log.
Okay, so we got to talk to both these guys.
The swamp gurgles and in
Perhaps you could toss me some swamp ooze, since you seem to be able to recognize it. I can only reach this bit by the path.
Well, hoity-toity, look who's Mr. Wants so much! You think I got a job here passing around precious swamp matter? You should be so lucky!
He's an utter waste of oxygen. I'd save my breath if I were you.
Yeah.
But really,
Never! I got your swamp ooze right next to me, and that's where it's gonna stay! This swamp ooze is mine! Period.
Alexander isn't getting anywhere by talking to that cranky stick in the mud. The creature simply refuses to toss Alexander any swamp ooze.
So let's talk to the bump on a log.
Who are you?
I'm Bump on a Log, and that's my brother, Stick in the Mud. We've had this thing about each other ever since our childhood. Mom always liked me best.
She did not! That is absolutely not true!
He's a bit lazy, you see. He's got the only swamp ooze in the swamp right next to him. But do you think he'd move a finger to help you get some? Hardly. He'd try to brain you with it more than likely. His temper's about the only thing that ever gets a workout, and that on yours truly.
Oh, like you've moved at all in the last century! Like you're Mr. Physical Activity!
Just because I can't reach anything, he thinks he can throw gushy swamp matter at me and just say whatever he likes. If only I could turn the tables on that heckler, he might learn some respect. But as you can see, I'm a mere bump on a log and must be content with my lot.
Oh, shut up! You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn even if you had something to throw! Just shut up!
You see how he is?
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do to make peace between you two? You are brothers, after all.
He needs a good thrashing, I expect. However, since you cannot go into the swamp, nor can I fight back, he will simply have to be born. Such is the life of a bump on a log.
Is there anything I can do for you, Bump on a Log?
Oh, there's no changing my lot in life. A bump on a log is a defenseless creature, alas, and must put up with whatever cruelty fate dishes out.
So we're going to give him the rotten tomato, and he will throw it at his brother.
I thought this might come in handy the next time your brother starts picking on you.
Aha! Finally, old Bump on the Log's not so defenseless, is he?
Hey! Hey! What you doing there? Watch the pulp, would you?
Now, Bumpy, remember all I've given you!
The only thing you've ever given me is mud. Take this! No! Not into the swamp! Hey, okay, I give up. Geez, sorry. Well, I guess it's not very pleasant having things thrown at you. I'm sorry. You mean it? Really? Brother. Brother.
Stick in the mud and Bump on a Log, exhausted from the battle, immediately doze off into naps. Rotten Tomato, being equally lazy, decides to join them.
Okay. So now we can use the teacup to get some slime right off of them.
Alexander fills the teacup with the swamp ooze.
Grab this bottle.
Alexander picks up the bottle.
He get it in our inventory.
The small vial contains the oracle's sacred water. The water has a crystalline appearance. The little bottle contains some sort of potion and bears a label saying, "Drink me." That's rather forward of it.
Okay, I'm gonna save. Okay, so we need to start getting some spell ingredients. So the first thing we're gonna do is give this milk bottle to one of the babies.
Alexander gives one of the baby's tears a bottle of milk. The other baby's tears seem to resent Alexander's gift for some reason.
So we're gonna use this lamp on the baby to catch its tears.
Alexander collects some of the baby's tears in the old hunter's lamp.
So now we're going to add the oracle's vial into this.
Alexander pours the contents of the oracle's vial into the hunter's lamp with the baby's tears. The vial, now empty of its sacred fluid, disintegrates.
So now we're gonna go back in here and get away from the crying. Oh, the queens are back! Yay!
Your Highness may as well spend her royal time contemplating something else. The lump of coal shall be sent to the Castle of the Crown under my name, and that's all there is to it.
No, it shan't.
Yes, it shall.
If the coal is sent in your name, I shall royally decree a ban on all red on this isle.
You do, and I shall royally decree that white shall be henceforth used for all mopping up of cabbage stew.
You wouldn't dare!
Oh, wouldn't I?
Oh, it's you! Have you thought of any more of those brilliant ideas of yours?
I have a solution. We're gonna give them the coal we got from the Isle of Mist.
I found the two of you another lump of coal so that you can stop fighting over the one you have.
Oh, let me see! A lump of coal! And what a beauty it is, too! Oh, marvelous! Now we can stop fighting, sister. Your Highness can just keep the old lump of coal, and I'll take this new one.
Quite right. That settles everything.
As
As a token of our endless esteem and royal favor, please accept this magnificent and truly incredible spoiled egg.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Let me see that lump of coal, Your Highness.
It is a beauty, isn't it?
Why, it's bigger than my lump of coal. Let me have it immediately.
Over my dead body, Your Highness. It's my lump of coal, and it is indeed larger and much grander. Just look at that sheen.
I demand you exchange with me immediately.
So now we got to go back to the Isle of the Beast to get the third type of water from his fountain. We weren't able to do it before because you have to have the salt and sacred waters inside the lamp first. We'll use our map.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Okay, so we're going to use our lamp.
Alexander fills the hunter's lamp to the brim with the fountain water.
Now we got to go read the spell book, which is this one. We don't want to make paints. Make rain is what we want. So we're going to cast the spell.
Alexander prepares to enchant the hunter's lamp with the Make Rain spell incantation.
Clouds of thunder, shafts of light, come and sup with me tonight. Waters three have I for tea, brew a tempest now for me.
The lamp in Alexander's hand gives a little perk. He hopes the spell works despite his makeshift teapot.
I think this is a good place to end the episode. Next time, we will transport ourselves to the Isle of Mists and get forcibly put into the Druid ceremony, and we'll keep getting the spell ingredients we need and hopefully save our true love. If you're enjoying the videos, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and it's very much appreciated. Thanks, guys.